Alright, everyone. We're going to be talking about the severe weather. Well, we're going to be talking about a multi-day storm setup starting with Monday. We have an enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center going from Minnesota to Wisconsin. This risk involves tornadoes, hail, and a wind threat. Here's your tornado. Right there. This, I think, is going to be promoting for maybe a tornado outbreak tomorrow. This, we need to keep an eye on. This is what is basically driving the whole thing. But I think we will get an upgrade at some point to this. And instead of, you'll still have the enhanced risk around it. Maybe we'll see this tomorrow. A moderate risk is possible tomorrow. So if we do see it, it's going to be for the wind and the tornado threat. And then as we move our way on to Tuesday, we have a slight risk from Detroit, Michigan, all the way down to San Angelo, Texas. This includes damaging winds, large hail, and some tornadoes. If we do receive an upgrade, I have a feeling it is going to be within this area. Because you have all the storms that are firing up in like basically nothing, and then they're all like going to push right across. So we're going to show you what tomorrow's going to look like. Okay, so you have these storms that are down here in Texas. Right down here. And then these ones push over into Mississippi, Louisiana, and then they slowly die out as the night goes on. And then you have these showers that came from over here earlier, and they moved their way up to the north part. These are going to keep moving this direction, but they will die out when they keep moving, as this shows. They slowly try to die out. The storms down here in Louisiana, they die out. And these ones are right up into Canada. And they leave. And then around 5 p.m. in PA, we will start to see some storms pop up, as what this is showing. So we have some storms popping up from Birmingham, all the way down to Scranton. It turns into like a line. If we don't get something for that tomorrow, I could see them doing something for that tomorrow. So tomorrow, I could see them doing this. Maybe not that, but this. And then this might be a long shot, but I could see this. I could see that for tomorrow because of that's what I show you with the models. With the storms starting, as right in here, they'll pop up and move down more. Give me a minute. Okay, so you have the storms that move down from New York as right here. And then we'll get some back building. And then on the Tuesday, there should be a big line of storms that will promote severe thunderstorm warnings. Like, I could show you one right now that I definitely think would get a severe thunderstorm warning right here. But we'll have to keep an eye on this. If you have any baseball games on Tuesday, make sure you keep an eye on this. Because this is going to be affecting people in central PA. Expect 60-mile-per-hour winds, large hail, and maybe a tornado potential for this line as it keeps moving. We're going to show you what the cape looks like for these storms for tomorrow. So we're going to have a lot of storm fuel for the storm to eat up tomorrow. The atmosphere is just going to have a lot of energy to eat storms up over here in the Mid-Atlantic. And then we get another firing of it again. So expect damaging winds, some tornadoes, as what the tornado parameter is showing. And let's also talk about Friday's risk. Okay, so here's Wednesday's risk. This is going to be damaging winds 60 miles per hour over. Friday, same thing here. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible in this area. But we'll be updating you over time on this situation. Here's what the moisture looks like for tomorrow's storms. Okay, so here's what the moisture looks like for the storms. They're going to be up in the 60s and maybe even 70. So we have all the storm energy to work with. It's all storm fuel for the storms to come up into Texas. And we're going to move up into Missouri. And then we're going to move up into Wisconsin. So we need to be really paying attention to this tomorrow. Maybe a tornado outbreak is on the table for tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll just have to keep an eye on what's going to happen as the dry line moves through Kansas, and it moves through Texas, and it moves through Nebraska, also in Iowa. So we'll have to keep an eye on this dry line as it does. So it looks like it's going to be pretty strong. So we'll have to be making updates every couple of hours on what's happening on this and to get you guys the latest information on this situation. But I think we're going to wrap this video up. When we get more information, I'll let you know. But pretty much that's your information for right now. Until we get more information, which we should have sometime tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. Or at most I can do a 1 a.m. video talking about everything that's supposed to go on. I think that's what we're going to do. But till the next one, I will see you guys later. Till then, goodbye.